Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. Don't run, don't hide, don't be shy. Just like, comment, and please subscribe.
Dealing with the stress, dealing with the pain.
What's going on? It's your boy TD back with another episode of the TD World. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And today we got a real special one because last week we were talking about mastering manipulation, because I feel like a lot of you guys are not manipulating the aspects that you can control that's inside of your life to try and maximize the kind of results you're going to see. But that's okay, because did I say see? I meant receive. My bad. I'm not speaking English today, but that's okay. That's okay, because we're going to bounce back and try to build off of what we talked about last week and not just be talking about master manipulation, but there's another aspect to that, because you see my dog, she's trying to get all my attention because she hears me getting loud and excited. So now she's getting loud and excited. So if you guys hear her, don't mind her. She's just gonna be a frequent feature inside of this show. But trying to build off of what we were talking about last week, again, you can master manipulation. You can be able to do certain things to be able to maximize the potential for you to be able to get a certain kind of result in your life, but that doesn't mean that you can skip doing the work. You still got to do the work, guys. So today we're going to talk about this. You got to have game, because a lot of you guys don't have game. I don't know why. I don't know who didn't teach you. I don't know if you didn't grow up without a dad. I don't know if you didn't grow up without friends. I don't know if you didn't have any male influences in your life, but that's okay, because that's why you're watching TD. TD gonna hook you up. TD gonna hook you up with the 4 pillars, the 4 ingredients that you are missing to have game. Let's dive into it. So I want to try and paint a picture for you, because we got 2 guys in this scenario. We got guy A and we got guy B. All right. Now guy A got bread. That boy got bread. He got a little bit of some cheese in his pocket. He don't walk like he got that swag to him though. He don't walk like he got bread. He don't walk like he got, you know what I'm saying, anything to him. But he does have bread. Now, he wears, you know what I'm saying, a polo, you know, maybe some jeans, nothing too crazy. Maybe he pops out with like a sweatsuit or something like that. But he's never really flashy, okay? He's also very reserved, you know what I'm saying? He's a shy guy, you know what I'm saying? He's not really trying to be all up in the mix, but he does well for himself, and he dresses fairly casual. But you also have guy B, okay? Guy B is nowhere near as successful as guy A, okay? But he does wear really nice, whether that be business casual. He got a button up, slacks, form fitted. You know what I mean? Maybe he's got on a nice watch or something like that. Got some decent cologne to him. But, you know, maybe he's not quite so business casual. Maybe he's a little bit more street stylish, where he's got a jersey, or maybe he's wearing a nice, I don't know, I mean, I guess you could also be rocking a polo or rocking, you know, maybe just a nice, where I try to stay away from name brands, but if you want to, for the sake of it, try to something name brand, or maybe he's got some J's on or something like that. But the point that I'm making is that he has a nice exterior, a nice presentation going about him. Who do you think, just off of initial perception, is going to get the most attention? If you said guy A, I want you to do me a favor. Take your right hand and slap yourself, because you, my friend, need to be watching this video. Because what the boy, listen. Having money helps. Having money is a very useful skill to have in the repertoire, but it cannot be the only skill that you have in the repertoire. Let me explain why. Because you can have all the money in the world, whole bunch of bread, but that does not mean that you're going to secure them cheeks. I'm sorry, man. You can lead with your wallet all you want to. You can pull up in the nicest Benz. You can pull up with the dopest of Versace on. You can pull up with the nicest of chains. But when you sit down and you try to talk to her and you start stumbling over your words and you start and you have these long awkward pauses because you don't know what you got to say in between the mix, that's because you ain't got no game. You don't know how to navigate the conversation so that way she doesn't lose interest. See, the thing is having game is having a plan. Having game is knowing about first impressions. Having game is knowing about how to spit. Having game is about escalation and being able to be seductive. Now, I know it can be daunting trying to be able to pick up a skill that you might not have been able to really get a chance to master, because if you were able to have the opportunity and be able to master the skill, you wouldn't be watching me right now. So I am hoping that with these tips and these 4 ingredients, you'll be able to have the kind of game that you're looking for. It's not going to be too in depth. I'm not going to go on a long tangent for every single one of these, but these are just to give you a basis, give you a taste, give you an idea of what it is that you need to be doing and what you're missing, and why it is that your conversation skills and why your closing skills suck. So what is game? To me, if you were to ask me, game is the art of skillfully being able to court a woman. Translation, being able to seductively and persuasively get a girl to fall for you. It's not just being able to fake being confident. It's not just being able to look like you got it going on. Being game is a dance of knowing what to say, what not to say, when to not say too much, knowing how to be able to present yourself, body language, things of that nature. All of those things play a role when you are in game mode. But let's break down what these 4 ingredients actually are. So ingredient numero uno, you need to have a plan. A lot of you guys are going into this very, very, very raw. Why are you guys doing that? You do not have to go into it with this mindset of having everything freestyled and a lot of you guys, when you are talking to girls, you are finding yourself tripping over your words, not knowing what to say, awkward pauses, asking very dumb questions like the weather outside. I always recommend this. If you're a person who's very good at being able to talk to people, you're charismatic, you've never really struggled with being able to have and carry a conversation, well, you're not really going to be in the group of people who I'm really directing to when I say have a plan, because you can be able to walk into it and just raw dog it, if we just be honest. But if you struggle and you never know what to think and small talk scares you, then you need to have some go-to phrases. You need to have some go-to things that you are able to say to be able to open up a conversation. Obviously, you need to be assertive. If you see somebody, if you see something, you see a little, that you like, you should obviously try to shoot your shot, because you're going to miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. But at the same time, if you're going to be, taking those shots, best to take the best shot that you can. And the best way you can do it is to prepare yourself for the moment. If this is somebody that you see on a regular basis and you know you're going to see them again, don't just say something stupid. Try to make sure that when you do have your moment to be able to shoot your shot, that you set it up in a way to where you can maximize your ability to get that shot going in. Don't go in blind. Prepare and execute. So the second thing that you guys are going to need to make sure that your game is a nice and emulsified dish. You gotta work on your first impression. Listen guys, first impression is honestly the only impression that matters. Obviously, in certain circumstances, you might get an opportunity to be able to redo your first impression, or be able to talk to somebody a second time and give them a better idea of who it is that you are. But most of the time, you get one. If you're gonna have just one time to be able to tell somebody what it is and who it is that you are, man, you better step. That means that if you're trying to DM somebody online, gotta get a picture of you. Get a picture that doesn't look blurry as all hell and doesn't have a picture of just your dog on your page or something like that. Make sure that if you're going to DM, you know that if she don't know who you are, she's gonna click on your page, and make sure that when she clicks on your page, she doesn't think that you're a weirdo. Because trust me, she's not gonna do the research to find out if you're not. Just like if you're in real life. Do not walk up to these girls, you got no haircut, breath is smelling hot, got your clothes looking dingy, all banged up. You don't even look like you gave 2 attempts to try and come out the house looking like you got some kind of common sense. You look like you got dressed in the dark. You have got to be able to try and dress a little bit better. Try to be able to present yourself a little bit better. It all helps to be able to sell what it is that you are trying to give these women, which is that they should spend their time and waste their time with you. Which brings me into ingredient numero 3. You guys have got to learn how to spit. Listen, man, this is one of those tips where it's going to come down to your creativity. Obviously, there's things that I say that I feel typically work. What I try to do is I playfully try and twist whatever it is that they say to be somewhat playful. For example, if you happen to catch a girl moving and you're able to help her, I would try to give her some sort of playful banter when you get done. Like, hey, listen, it looked like you was really struggling with this, so how about you give me your number? I'll make sure that you get these things back inside safely, and then afterwards, we go out and get ourselves something to eat. Something along those lines. Just stay on script, stay on what it is that is happening in the moment. Don't overthink it. Don't try and, be Superman and come up with these crazy things that you know that you're not capable of saying. Keep it sweet, keep it simple, but you gotta be able to spit. What do I mean by spitting? Spitting, guys, is being able to talk to the girl in a skillful enough way to where you're not saying too much to where you're turning her off, but you're saying enough to where she's getting engaged and she wants to be able to keep up the conversation. Obviously, there's going to be points in the conversation where it might be silent or it might not be as much banter, but typically throughout the conversation, you were able to guide and have the conversation go in a way that best benefits you. And the last and final ingredient, the pinch of salt, the Salt Bae action. Make your intentions clear, guys. You have got to make your intentions known, bruh. Do not waste your time trying to get in there friendly, trying to find your chink in the armor to be able to bypass her overseeing that you might be a loser. Bruh, just go for it, man. Do not play around with it trying to be friendly. You need to be able to make your intentions known, because the sooner you're able to make your intentions known, you'll be able to do the second part to making your intentions known, which is being able to raise the seduction. If you're not able to make your intentions clear, then it is too much of a line and too much anxiety on both your part and her part, because she doesn't know what you're trying to do and you know what you're trying to do, but you're too scared to be able to execute it. So now you guys are in this awkward conversation where you guys don't know what's happening. And trust me, she is going to lose interest very quickly. Versus if you make your intentions known, if she's not into you, you know what? You don't waste your time. She's not wasting her time. Everybody moves on. Everybody lives and goes on with their lives. But if she's digging you and you made your intentions clear, well, now you could be able to turn up the seduction a little bit. Turn on the big sexy voice, you know what I'm saying? Slow it down a little bit. Start talking to her in a more, seductive tone. Try to bring up a little bit more sexual innuendos. Try to playfully, give her a little back and forth, just enough to be able to, again, raise the sexual tension. Once you got all those things together, you mix that thing up, slap that bad boy in the oven, come out, and if you're able to execute all four of those things, well then congratulations. You just got game. If you guys like that, go ahead and leave me a like, comment. Let me know if there's something that you would do different. Let me know what kind of game you got, what you do that works for you. Help out a brother inside the comments, and I want to see you guys getting real active. We'll get on to the next set. Hey guys, it's Tony with the TD World. Thanks for checking out this video. Remember, don't run, don't hide, don't be shy. Just like, comment, please subscribe. See you next time.
For me dealing with the stress, for me dealing with the pain. Getting trying to find a way.